Today we will be learning 14 mitzvot, actually all of them negative prohibitions relating to idol worship. We'll try and go through them quickly. Yesterday we learned about a mediach. Mediach is someone who incited the majority of a city to worship idols. Today, the first 6 mitzvot will deal with a masis. A masis is someone who incites one or a few individuals to worship idols, and one is classified as a masis even if he was unsuccessful in getting them to actually worship idols. The first prohibition is not to be a masis. The second prohibition, the way the Sifri words it, is although there's a mitzvah to love every Jew, here the Torah comes along and tells us, do not love a masis. The third prohibition is, although the Torah tells us that even if there's someone who one dislikes, nevertheless there's a mitzvah to lend a helping hand, azov ta'azov yimot, to help him. Here the Torah comes along and tells us, do not listen to a masis, rather one should maintain one's hate for him. The fourth mitzvah is don't let your eyes take pity on him, although the Torah tells us Lo samol al dam re'echa, don't stand over your brother's blood, that if one sees someone in danger, one should help him. The exception for that is the masis. The fifth prohibition is don't spare him when in court. One shouldn't go and search for ways of defending him. The sixth prohibition is don't try and cover up for him or withhold any testimony from him in court, anything which could ultimately lead to his conviction, and that's all about a masis. Moving on to 7, now we're going to be dealing with prophecy and prohibitions that involve that. Mitzvah number 7 is that one should not prophesize to worship an idol, whether one claims that this prophecy is in the name of God or in the name of an idol. The 8th mitzvah is not to even listen to a prophet in the name of an idol. That means not even to engage in conversation, whether it's to argue or to ask, nothing. Number 9 is the prohibition against false prophesying, even in the name of God, but if God never actually said it, or even if God said it, but the person claims that it was said to him, but rather it was said to someone else who's a true prophet, that would both be included in the transgression of this prohibition. Number 10 is not to fear a false prophet. That is referring to not to refrain from convicting him in court. Mitzvah number 11 is not to mention the names of other gods. This is referring to not to swearing in the name of other gods, and the Rambam also says it's not even to mention the names of gods, like, and he gives the example that one shouldn't go and say, meet me by such and such an idol. And prohibition number 12 and 13 are both about pagan rituals known as an ov and a yidoni. An ov, the ritual which was done was that there were certain actions which were done and certain smelling incense which were brought, and the sorcerer, the idolater, he would imagine certain voices which were coming out of his armpit, and with this he would imagine the answers to his questions. And a yidoni is another form of sorcery, idol worship, where one would take a bird from a yidoah bird. One would take a bone, from a yidoah bird, and would place it in his mouth, and he would also do certain actions and offer certain smelling instances, and he would also utter certain things, and then he would go into like a state of unconsciousness, into like a trance, and at that time he would also predict things which were going to happen. And the 14th and final prohibition for today is not to go in the ways of the molech. The molech was a certain idol which the way they would worship it, they had like a very barbaric way of worshiping. They would bring some of their children and pass them over a bonfire, so this we are prohibited from doing so.